Do you find yourself looking for ways to spice up mealtime, but you're not sure where to begin? Well, I have got you covered. That's exactly what we are going to talk about in today's video. My name is Tiffany, and I am so excited you're here. I help busy millennials who feel overwhelmed in the kitchen learn new skills to create quick, healthy meals with wine pairing. Check out my link in the description below. Follow me on social media for daily tips, tricks, recipes, and inspiration. And while you're there, be sure to download your copy of my free weeknight recipe guide to start saving you time, money, and energy in your kitchen right away today. In this video, we are going to cover 3 tips to help you spice up your mealtime while saving you time, money, and energy cooking at home and finding relief from that recipe rut that we all fall into from time to time. But that's not all. I also have a super simple strategy to help you create the perfect beverage pairing experience to go along with your next adult meal. So be sure to stick around until the end. Let's get started. So the first tip is to add something new every week. Now this could be a new recipe, this could be a new flavor, or a simple food hack to change up a recipe that your family already loves and enjoys, but might be getting sick of. So some fun ways to do this are to substitute a new flavor. So if you have a recipe that calls for vinegar, swap it out for lemon juice for a nice fresh citrus twist. Lemon juice is also a great option to spice up a side salad or pasta dish. When it comes to fresh herbs, you can swap out cilantro for parsley for another fun twist. Now, I know cilantro is not for everyone, but that is one of my personal favorites, and it's a great way to add a burst of flavor to a nice dish. You can also swap out your seasonings. So if you have a recipe that calls for Italian, give it a Mexican twist with Southwest or Tex-Mex seasoning, or add some Mediterranean flair with Greek seasoning. There are so many options out there, especially within our Taste Buds collection, to help you swap out those flavors and take the guesswork out of cooking. Now, Taste Buds is one of my favorite ways to add in a new recipe, and it can help you do the same. So Taste Buds is a great option to save you time, money, and energy in your kitchen by instilling creative habits and quick, easy recipes that you may not have ever come across before. Especially because recipes are curated just for Taste Buds. They are exclusive to those subscribers, and they are amazing. But in addition to those recipes, you also get exclusive access to an online portal with even more ideas, tips, and tricks for everything from appetizers to main courses to desserts and to beverages. Truly saving you time, money, and energy in your kitchen so you have more time and energy to spend as you choose with your loved ones. Now you can also use a new to you ingredient. This is a really fun way to take advantage of what produce is in season at your local grocery store or your farmer's market. So visit the produce aisle at your grocery store, wander through the farmer's market, and see what they have available. Depending on the season, you just might be surprised what you're going to find. And if you come across something that you have never tried, never heard of, ask the farmer what their favorite ways are to use it. This is how I have discovered eggplant, kohlrabi, fennel, and collard greens for my own family. I was curious, I tried it once, and we were hooked after trying many of those. So you just might find something new that your family loves and enjoys that you've never tried before. And even better, you're able to support your local farmers at the same time. Now, before we jump into tip number 2, I want to hear from you. When it comes to meal times, what is your biggest struggle right now? Drop it in the comments below. I look forward to reading these and learning how we can overcome these struggles together to make meal times a fun, family-involved time filled with memories and fun. Now, tip number 2 to spice up your mealtime is to try a new technique. Now, this might seem scary, but it is so much fun, and you just might discover a new passion for you or a family member. Plus, it's a great learning opportunity for the kids in your life. So you could try pressure cooking. Now, pressure cookers come in various shapes and sizes. My go-to is my deluxe multi-cooker because of its 16-in-1 settings. Not only does it steam like your typical pressure cooker, but it also has pre-programmed settings for so many things to take the guesswork out of cooking. Again, saving you time and energy in your kitchen so you have that time to spend as you wish. So some of my favorite settings with our deluxe multi-cooker are the rice setting. Now, if you're like me, you hate watching water boil on the stove, and more often than not, that water boils over when cooking rice. Thanks to the deluxe multi-cooker, that doesn't happen anymore. You simply add your rice and water, set it according to the type of rice, and wait for the beep, and you're good to go. This is the same with dried beans and meat, desserts, and so many other options. Now, dried beans is the other one that we use it for most often because, did you know, buying dried beans at the store not only is cheaper, but also healthier than the canned bean alternatives. A dried bean bag is typically going to give you 3 to 4 times the amount compared to a can, plus you don't have the preservatives that are in that canned good. So it is healthier, it's cheaper, and it doesn't take too much time. Black beans are the most often for us, and that's 26 minutes in the pressure cooker, and we are ready to add them in to our dish or eat them on the side, and we are good to go. Now you can also do desserts, you can do yogurt, it proofs bread, so many possibilities. It is also a true time saver with one-pot meals because you can add your ingredients, set it, and wait for the beep. So essentially forget it. Now it also has a slow cooker setting, so you can replace other products with one tool. It is a pressure cooker, a slow cooker, a rice cooker, a bread proofer, a yogurt maker, all in one. So those with small counters like I have in my kitchen, it saves space as well. Now, another fun technique to try is sous vide cooking, which is another setting in our deluxe multi-cooker. So sous vide cooking is essentially cooking in a hot water bath. It takes time, but it tastes delicious and is essentially a set it and forget it. So you set it to the sous vide cooking. When it beeps a couple hours later, you sear your meat on a hot cast iron and you're ready to enjoy it. So this is a technique that I have tried recently after getting the deluxe multi-cooker for the first time, and it is a game changer when it comes to steak and pork chops. Another fun option is to try air frying. Now again, just like pressure cookers, there are a lot of air fryers out there on the market. My deluxe air fryer does more than just air fry, and my favorite part about it, you don't have to preheat. Now that is a common thing with air fryers out there, and with this one, you don't have to. Plus, you can have up to 3 trays in there, so it is great for bigger families or for those that love to have leftovers. Speaking of leftovers, there is a reheat setting on our deluxe air fryer, making it perfect to crisp up any leftover pizza or French fries, potato wedges from dinner the night before. Now it also has a bake setting and a roast setting, so it can replace your oven, perfect for those hot summer days when you want something that is baked and crispy, but you don't want to turn on the oven. Plus it's a time saver since you don't have to preheat. And the last fun new way to try is a deluxe cooking blender. So yes, a blender that cooks. Just like the deluxe multi-cooker and deluxe air fryer, my deluxe cooking blender has pre-programmed settings to take the guesswork out of cooking and save you time, money, and energy while cooking at home. You can do smoothies for breakfast, you can do soups for lunch, and pasta sauces for dinner, but it doesn't stop there. You can also make alternative milk. Almond milk is the most common one that I use because it is truly a no waste recipe. When you have that leftover pulp from the almond milk, you can dry it in the oven to turn it into almond flour for baking. So you can also use it wet and turn that into feta cheese or bake into some crackers. So many possibilities with that almond pulp. You can also make milk with cashews, rice, and other options. So many settings with that deluxe cooking blender. Truly amazing. But the best part, it cleans itself. So that saves you time in the cleanup process. Again, so you have time to enjoy life as you choose. Now, before we jump into the third tip, I want to remind you to hit the subscribe button because I'm dropping videos like this every week. And I would hate for you to miss out on the next tip or trick right here inside my tasting room. So tip number 3 is to choose a daily or a weekly theme. And this is a fun way to get the entire family involved in the creativity process. So some of our favorite daily theme days are Meatless Monday, Taste Buds Tuesday, Travel Thursday, Stir Friday, Slow Cooker Saturday, and Super Sunday. Now you might notice that there is a day in there where we don't have anything planned, and that's Wednesday. We like to have one day every week that is either available for leftovers or a date night out or just when life happens. Sometimes you don't have the opportunity to cook or you have so many leftovers in the fridge, you need to eat those first before cooking up more food. It's okay to not cook at home every single day. So we like to have those theme days to help us create fun recipes while also utilizing some of our family favorites. Now you can also have weekly themes, and this is a great option for batch cooking as well. So you could have a Mexican week where you do tacos on one night, fajitas on another night, maybe some carnitas in there, but then you also have a fun way to reinstate leftovers. So say you make a big batch of tacos for Mexican Monday. You can then repurpose that taco meat as nachos, burritos, taco salad, so many possibilities. You could also have a Greek theme week, a German theme week, Italian theme week, or a farmer's market fresh week where you focus on garden fresh produce from your local farmer's market, your own garden, or shopping the produce aisle that's in season. So many fun ways to spice up your meal plan. Now let's keep this momentum going by creating fun wine pairings to go along with these new recipes that you are going to be trying. The first tip is, as a general rule, red with red and white with white. Red wine typically pairs best with your red meats and red tomato-based sauces. White wine is going to pair best with your white meat and white cream garlic-based sauces. But that's not always the case. And that leads us to tip number 2, which is to consider your sides and seasonings. When it comes to wine pairing, you need to look at the meal as a whole, not just the main course. All of those flavors are going to blend together, and you want a wine that is going to bring everything together as well. So if you are serving up a steak with seasonings of garlic, basil, and black pepper, a red wine is going to pair best with that steak. But depending on what you're serving with the steak may influence if you still want a red wine or if a white is going to be a better option. If you're serving that steak with some homemade bruschetta or tomato-based pasta dish, a red wine, such as a Cabernet Sauvignon or a Syrah, is going to be your best option. If instead you are serving that steak with garlic mashed potatoes and honey roasted carrots, a lighter red wine or an aromatic white is going to be your better option. So you could do a Pinot Noir to bring out the honey notes in those carrots and the sweetness of the mashed potatoes, as well as the garlic on the steak. You could also do an aromatic white, such as a Sauvignon Blanc or a Riesling, to also bring out those flavors in the mashed potatoes and the carrots while still pairing with that garlic grilled steak. And number 3, sweet likes heat. Now, those spicy dishes such as Mexican, Indian, Thai food, and curry love sweet wine. And even if you're not a big fan of spicy dishes, a glass of sweet wine is going to cut back on the spiciness, bringing out sweeter notes and making it bearable to eat. Now, if instead you want to accent the spice, pour yourself a dry wine and it will do just that. But remember, I warned you. Now, to continue learning and becoming the wine pairing guru in your circle, check out my basic food and wine pairing guide in the link in the description below. Click that link to download your copy so you can start saving time, money, and energy in your kitchen with wine pairing right away today.